Today's October 13th, 2023. This is a chart of QQQ. It's a 1 minute chart right here. And things are moving along fairly well. There could have been several different trades that I could have made. This is the VWAP here, right here. And as soon as it fell below that VWAP at about 8 o'clock, that should have given me an indication that this was a bearish market today. And this is yesterday's close. It opened higher, but it closed lower. So it's going to be bearish. I should have known something was up. And I should have, there could have been several trades here, one trade here. And then as soon as it broke this previous day's low, that should have been even bigger bearish day. And it attempted to move back up to where this previous day support low point is, which is essentially is resistance at this point, as soon as it crossed. As far as the movements here and here, there isn't a clear previous day indication of where the levels are. So when it landed here, it created a double bottom here. That could have been a temporary move back up. But here is the real support area right there. The day support area, support and resistance area that seems to be the market was favoring. And something that I need to be aware of whenever I see a big wick like this, the wick right there. So apparently what's happening is that the market goes up with substantial amount of volume, but it sells off. So that is an indication that there is a reversal of direction that's occurring. That is an indication. Just like a shooting star, right? That kind of thing. So that usually indicates that the strength. So essentially, what happened was it went up and then it came back down, right? That's what it means. It went up and it came back down right there. The close right there. So that means that essentially, although there was an upward thrust to go up, but there was a rejection that occurred at that level to close at a lower point. That usually indicates that it is a bearish sentiment. Usually, when a when this apparently based on this chart formation here, and complementary to here, here's what happens: drops and then pops back up, and that is an indication of reversal right there. Same here too. So usually that is an indication of a directional change that occurs. Directional change, but a change back here. So that essentially is a rejection from moving further up. That is essentially saying, that is essentially like paddling uphill and somebody's like pushing you down, right? That's what it means. So that's what the QQQ was, and that represents um, the technology stocks, the way that the technology stock behaves. So if I look at Apple as well, at about the same time, it behaves the same way. It went up, it reached a VWAP, punched through, and then it got rejected, usually indicating a sentiment of bearish sentiment. I should have taken advantage of that. This is a future note that I need to be aware of. And this is actually previous day's low, and it actually dropped below there. So there would, if it drops below there, that would be a further decline, a drop, a more bearish sentiment. So that was true with this. That's a rejection right there. That's called a rejection. And then if I look at Amazon as well, at that precise moment, although there could have been other trades as well, right there is something that I need to keep a future note of. And if I look here, it behaves this way. That's the previous day's low, high. That must have been the open, and that's close. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, it is the close. Okay, that's the open and the close right there. So that's the open of the day. That's the open. That's the close of yesterday. So it was actually bullish initially, as was the post market from yesterday. And I should have known that when it punched through the view up, these are indications of previous day's close. When it started to drop here, that should have given me some indication of how to trade this market. Same thing goes with Google. Essentially, it's the same play, and that is also displaying these characteristics of overall. The market was moving in the same direction, and that impacted each and every stock. And if I look here, it's doing the same thing here. It's just across the board right here, although it was actually above this. So then if I look at Microsoft, it also had the same thing. It was trending, and then it started to have that. Okay, and if I look at if I look at if I look at Tesla here, right there, that also had a similar kind of an impact on that, although it was a little bit delayed. But if I look at um, if I look at the Dow Jones, similarly, it had this same thing at about 1312 right there, 1312. Even the Dow Jones had the same issue. So if I look at here, can't see very much here from other stocks. How about Costco? Not much. Not too prominent. Right there. And essentially, that was it. So essentially, the technology stocks had this thing called rejection. That is a rejection. That candle represents something called essentially a single bar head and shoulders, it looks like, right? Represents the head and shoulders. Pops back up, brings back down, like that. So it's a single bar head and shoulders.